All right, everybody. Welcome to this week, and I am sorry I've not made videos in a while. All right, I'm going to get right to this. I'm not going to do the whole talk for 20 minutes about all sorts of stuff. We're going to stay on topic, and the topic today is burnout because wow, I have tried to make this video like 4 times today, and every time I get to doing it, something happens. It is literally Tuesday. It's 12:30 at night. Yeah. That's finally because everybody's finally asleep. I can get something done. So let's get right to it. Now, this will go onto my YouTube channel. So I do want to bring a little bit of stock mo, earners tier, level, Discord information in here. Real fast, real quick. This Discord's amazing. We are a family, and Mo and his family are incredible people. All of those that joined, members that help, experts that have stepped up to volunteer their time, all the moderators, and everyone. There are lots behind the scenes that we don't even see or talk to. And wow, this place is incredible, chock full of information, more than I even still have gotten used to. And I've been here for a little while, not like others who've been here for years. But man, I have run the expert channel over here at Greeks Geek. I throw out some plays. I throw out different companies that I'm looking into, platinum, different things. We were going over inverse head and shoulders, and this was my play based off of that. The charts I drew, all this good stuff. All these experts here. Mo, our leader, our main guy, his family. We do. He does live trading, all of that. There's expert questions sections. There's charts. Holy, I mean, there's too much. But this video is for our members, and because I am the expert of the week for Monday, starting Monday, even though it's technically Tuesday, I will try my best to make things earlier for each one of the days. All right, uh, let's get into it. I want to discuss burnout. And we all know what burnout is, right? Burnout in the jobs, burnout in life, doing too much for whatever, a nonprofit you're volunteering with, a church, a school. There's burnout in everything. Now, there's also burnout in trading. And I have started to notice a trend with some of our members that they're just, they're hitting it hard all day, every day, asking questions, learning tons, hitting some plays, hitting some home runs, hitting some losses, and it's just taking a toll. And I will admit, I am definitely one of those people as well. I have been obviously running my YouTube, increasing my YouTube channel, running the Greeks Geek channel on the Discord. And of course, those are both volunteer my time, right? And there's life stuff, you know. And on top of that, we also have the charts, the learning, the education side of things. You want to get better at this. And I was also learning futures, and I was getting into futures after hours. So I mean, I was grinding, early mornings because I'm in Colorado, so we start at 7:30 for the market. So I'm going from 7:30 till end of the day with the market. I might be working my W-2 job on top of that, trading in between. I might then, after hours, I'm throwing futures, I'm doing live calls on here. And it's just like, holy cow, after several months of that, I was like, you know, just done. And so I've cut out some of the futures. I'll hold a few like 1 ounce Troy gold, on a bear or sell option, and I'll just let it run. There's days it'll be up a few hundred, and I'm down a few hundred. It's just that's how it goes, right? But I'm just letting it stay. I'm just because it's got till end of July for its expiration. It's like whatever. And that's where I get into this. How do we trade? How do we learn? How do we volunteer our time and also want to make money? We want financial freedoms. We want to be able to be like remote, right? And not be stuck to our jobs and feel trapped till our 67, 65 hit. And then, oh, now you're retiring. And, maybe this day and age, I mean, can we even on a standard W-2 type job? Is that even going to be a thing? So, how do we try to break that matrix, right, and do this? So, as you can see here on the screen, this is Stellantis. You can read all about this company if you want. It's in my channel. It's also, of course, across you, Google, you know. And on top of a nice dividend, we also have a nice flattening of the stock in the last 3 months, down heavily from 30, nearly near 30, as of spring of 2024. They have not done well, and I mean, it's not a massive surprise if you're a car guru. You see who they really are. You're kind of like, well, yeah, look at Ford as well. Same idea, right? But I looked a bit more into this and I liked it. And so I was like, let's just dive into this. And so I have three calls. I have one that's somewhat close, July 18th, so about 18 more days. And then I also have June 18th of 26. So I am in a leap on this one. And why would I do a leap? Well, A, on a cheap $10 stock, leaps are cheaper because you're not paying for a large amount of money in each stock price if you're to do a leap on Meta or Netflix. You would need to have a second mortgage. And so uh, you have to pick these depending on the stocks you like and the price points, obviously. But why would I even go for a leap? What's the point? Well, the point is peace and fantastic Greeks. Because to be honest, when you look at the Greeks of this leap, I have $62 for Delta, $10 for Gamma, and I basically have nothing to eat it from Theta. Right there. So as this puppy moves, for every dollar, I'm getting 70. And that does not include anything to do with implied volatility and Vega. If the IV goes up, Vega is going to start jumping too, and that will help out my premiums. So I have a 62% chance of hitting my strike price and break even, which obviously I'm already there. It's a call of 10 and we're at 10:02, and I think like last week it hit like 10:40. So we're very close. Now, could it go down, like, could it pull a lucid and drop to $3? I mean, sure, right? But that's the point of stop losses. Also, create peace, you know, especially for long terms like this. If it was to do some crazy, wacky April type of thing where it drops to $7, hits my stop loss, I'm out. I lose, I lose, is it we're at 175? I lose $30. Okay, well, we'll stabilize. I'll get back in and I'll do an $8 call for a leap for the same price, right? We'll try again. So that's the thing is, how do we create peace in trading the best we can do in a market that is insane? Like Friday, Canada throws a curveball after a decent week, and markets midday takes a crap, and we're struggling, right? How then on Monday we rally like crazy because they backpedal over the weekend and going, just kidding, sorry. That is so stressful. It is exhausting, and it has never stopped since basically February of this year, right? Now, eventually, we're going to get to a point where it's much more chill, but as of right now, it's not. So, how do we create this piece? One, longer expiration dates. Now, you don't have to do leaps on everything, obviously. You don't have to even do a month long, but if you can afford it based on the stock, based on the premiums, based on the Greeks, what you're trying for, do it. Maybe you can take maybe you have to take less contracts. Yeah, the more premiums go up, if you're only holding a certain amount of money that you're using for your options side, you can't do tons of contracts. Yeah, that takes away from your profits. I understand. If you had done a 1 week or 2 week contract expiration date, you'd have options to or options opportunities to then go and hold multiples. Sure, but we're trying to create some peace if you're feeling burnout, right? So create that for a short time, get feeling better, and then jump back into those 2 week calls, 3 week calls, or puts, or whatever it is options you're doing. So give up some of those contracts to find some peace and hold yourself accountable to creating some discipline to step back and let the market do its thing, and you don't try to control your side of the portfolio. When shares start to dip and your options go red, if you haven't hit your stop loss yet, maybe throw some money into DCAing some shares, right? Instead of trying to mess with the options and recover the day, you have expiration time. That's why I have this leap, because if this thing stays between $10 and $11 for 6 months, but then starts to shoot up toward the end of the year or into 26, well, wonderful. I've had all this time to hang out and wait. If it starts to jump up really nicely and it's turning around, well, cool. I'll just buy a few more at 175. It's not that bad, right? In comparison to others. So longer expirations, find some peace in just stepping back and letting it market do its thing. It's going to go up. It's going to go down. It's going to go sideways. It's going to piss you off. It's going to eat you alive. It's going to make you sweat. It's going to make you cry. It's going to make you, nauseous and then super, super happy all in the same day sometimes, right? So just take a breather, DCA some shares instead of throwing in options. Let the few things that you've done now at this point, I hope you've done some research on stocks, the stock you want to do a longer call or a put on. Maybe you're selling puts, you're selling covered calls. You definitely would have researched your company at that point because you're going to be putting a lot of money into it to do those, right? But then hold them longer, give more time, let things just chill, let them cook, right? Let them cook. Be more peaceful in your trades, because that's going to give you more clarity and not make you revenge trade, emotional trade. It's going to just let you hang out. Now, does that mean that sometimes you're going to miss a few of these rally days because you're in the wrong stock and your stock didn't do it? Yeah. Yeah, that was me today. I got in on Google, thought it was going to do something awesome from that dip. It went to like $100 on my call, and then you had others that were moving. Hood, Robin Hood was moving like 9.5 in a day. I'm like, really, bro? But did I jump over to Hood and start buying in? FOMO? No, I didn't. Why? I want peace. I want it to be calm, and so I stayed in my trades, and I did okay. It wasn't as much as I could have done over in Robinhood if I had gotten in, yesterday or Friday. But that's the point, is finding peace by extending your expiration dates, by maybe less contracts, and holding less opportunities, researching your company you want to invest in, and then learning its patterns well and going off of that alone, holding only 4 or 5 or less long term, and stagger them. And sometimes, because this market, I'll actually do a straddle, right? For some more of a basic entry into options, not the iron condors or all the spreads, just talking more basic. You can open a shorter term option in either a put or a call, and then a longer term of the same company, same, or not strike price, obviously, because you can have an up or down, but your spread will be, kind of equal across that current price point. But then you have a longer expiration date on the opposite opposing option. So if the trend is showing bearish, but there might be reversal soon, well, you might want to throw in a call, but then also have a put to help you out in the meantime. Sometimes it works in your favor. Sometimes you kind of just go sideways and then you both get screwed. But it's an opportunity for you to learn about straddles, or strangles as they call them, and give you some of that peace. Like, all right, well, for now, if it's heading bearish, let's say, and my puts are going up, calls are going down, but every indicator is looking like reversal's coming up, right? So then you'll sell off the put that's green, and you'll wait for that call, which is farther out, to reverse back into the green, and then you've created green on both ends, right? But it's giving you time to do that, which gives you the peace to just wait. And of course, it also teaches you the discipline to not just become a flippant trader back and forth. So, I hope this helps. I know it's kind of obvious, I feel like, but also at the same time, we get so involved with the macroeconomics, with the Middle Eastern wars, with the tariffs in different countries and expiration dates. and CPI and FOMC and OMG, right? It is impossible. So find some peace when you want to take a step back, either complete checkout, keep your shares, close your contracts, and shut the computer off for a few weeks. That's possible. Extreme, but it would work, right? Take a break. Longer expiration dates, fewer contracts. Give up some of those multiple contracts to allow things to go longer and give you more peace. Have some stop losses in place, obviously, because you don't want to be checked out and have the thing go to zero. And you're like, what happened? I thought it was going to be. And then you're stressed out again, right? But have opportunities to create this space so you can take a bit of a vacation and not have to worry so much about your managing your portfolio constantly. Obviously, if you're day trading and you're doing short term swing trading, well, that's your biz, that's your jam, and it's gonna be stressful and it's gonna be hard at times. But some people are built for that. But if you're getting that burnout, step back. Your health, your family, your friends, your happiness require it, and we are only human. So take that step back, have some fun, and give yourself some distance from those contracts and allow things to work more smoothly with you and not have to be so on top of things. And that's I think that's going to help you out. I hope this little quick, I guess it's 17 minutes. It's not that quick. I'm sorry, guys. I get talking, I get just chatting, and it's just it's fun to talk to you guys. But I wanted to show you this. Now, look into Stellantis if you want. I was just one of them I just showed you. I've got others. Archer. I've got some long terms on Archer, SoFi. My gosh, there's a few others I'm really liking. I got a bunch of DCing shares into Surf, Air Mobility, or Mobility. Which one is it? Motility? Either one. SRFM is the ticker. They got some stuff I think that might be coming up, but who knows? GitLab. But there's a few of them, and Rocket Lab, another one. So just if you're feeling that burnout, you're exhaustion, you're chasing the market, you're not following your charts, you're just getting irritated, your mood's everywhere. That is a symptom clearly that you need to take some space. And even if you might be winning, I mean, hey, it doesn't mean that you're losing. You might have green days constantly. You might be doing just absolutely stellar, but you're feeling that pressure, that exhaustion. Take some time. All right. Well, that's it. I hope that it helped out here, and I will talk to you guys in the Discord. I appreciate it. All right, guys. I'll see you out there, and we will talk about things as we go. I appreciate you guys. All right, see ya. Bye.